Noah's descendants spread abroad by Ginzberg. When it became known to Ham that his father had cursed him, he fled ashamed, and with his family he settled in the city built by him, and named Nelatamach for his wife. Jealous of his brother, Japheth followed his example. He likewise built a city which he named for his wife, Adatenesses. Shem was the only one of the sons of Noah who did not abandon him. In the vicinity of his father's home, by the mountain, he built his city, to which he also gave his wife's name, Zedeketelbab. The 3 cities are all near Mount Lubar, the eminence upon which the ark rested. The first lies to the south of it, the second to the west, and the third to the east. Noah endeavored to inculcate the ordinances and the commands known to him upon his children and his children's children. In particular, he admonished them against the fornication, the uncleanness, and all the iniquity which had brought the flood down upon the earth. He reproached them with living apart from one another, and with their jealousies, for he feared that, after his death, they might go so far as to shed human blood. Against this he warned them impressively, that they be not annihilated from the earth like those that went before. Another law which he enjoined upon them to observe it, was the law ordaining that the fruit of a tree shall not be used the first 3 years it bears, and even in the 4th year it shall be the portion of the priests alone. After a part thereof has been offered upon the altar of God. And having made an end of giving his teachings and injunctions, Noah said, For thus did Enoch your ancestor exhort his son Methuselah, and Methuselah his son Lamech, and Lamech delivered all unto me as his father had bidden him. And now I do exhort you, my children, as Enoch exhorted his son. When he lived in his generation, which was the 7th generation of man, he commanded it and testified it unto his children and his children's children, until the day of his death. 67. In the year 1569, after the creation of the world, Noah divided the earth by lot among his 3 sons, in the presence of an angel. Each one stretched forth his hand, and took a slip from the bosom of Noah. Shem's slip was inscribed with the middle of the earth, and this portion became the inheritance of his descendants unto all eternity. Noah rejoiced that the lot had assigned it to Shem. Thus was fulfilled his blessing upon him, and God in the habitation of Shem, for 3 holy places fell within his precincts, the Holy of Holies in the temple, Mount Sinai, the middle point of the desert, and Mount Zion, the middle point of the navel of the earth. The south fell to the lot of Ham, and the north became the inheritance of Japheth. The land of Ham is hot, Japheth's cold, but Shem's is neither hot nor cold. Its temperature is hot and cold mixed 68. This division of the earth took place toward the end of the life of Peleg, the name given to him by his father Eber, who, being a prophet, knew that the division of the earth would take place in the time of his son. The brother of Peleg was called Joktan, because the duration of the life of man was shortened in his time 70. In turn, the 3 sons of Noah, while they were still standing in the presence of their father, divided each his portion among his children, Noah threatening with his curse any who should stretch out his hand to take a portion not assigned to him by lot. And they all cried, So be it, so be it. 71. Thus were divided 104 lands, and 99 islands among 72 nations, each with a language of its own, using 16 different sets of characters for writing. To Japheth were allotted 44 lands, 33 islands, 22 languages, and 5 kinds of writing. Ham received 34 lands, 33 islands, 24 languages, and 5 kinds of writing. And Shem 26 lands, 33 islands, 26 languages, and 6 kinds of writing. 1 set of written characters more to Shem than to either of his brothers, the extra set being the Hebrew 72. The land appointed as the inheritance of the 12 sons of Jacob was provisionally granted to Canaan, Zidon, Heth, the Jebusites, the Amorites, the Girgashites, the Hivites, the Arkites, the Sinites, the Arvadites, the Zemarites, and the Hamathites. It was the duty of these nations to take care of the land until the rightful owners should come 73. No sooner had the children of Noah and their children's children taken possession of the habitations apportioned to them, than the unclean spirits began to seduce men, and torment them with pain and all sorts of suffering, leading to spiritual and physical death. Upon the entreaties of Noah, God sent down the angel Raphael, who banished 9/10 of the unclean spirits from the earth, leaving but 1/10 for Mastema, to punish sinners through them. Raphael, supported by the chief of the unclean spirits, at that time revealed to Noah all the remedies residing in plants, that he might resort to them at need. Noah recorded them in a book, which he transmitted to his son Shem. 74. This is the source to which go back all the medical books whence the wise men of India, Aram, Macedonia, and Egypt draw their knowledge. The sages of India devoted themselves particularly to the study of curative trees and spices. The Arameans were well versed in the knowledge of the properties of grains and seeds, and they translated the old medical books into their language. The wise men of Macedonia were the first to apply medical knowledge practically, while the Egyptians sought to effect cures by means of magic arts and by means of astrology, and they taught the Midrash of the Chaldees, composed by Kangar, the son of the son of Khizd. Medical skill spread further and further until the time of Aesculapius. This Macedonian sage, accompanied by 40 learned magicians, journeyed from country to country until they came to the land beyond India in the direction of paradise. They hoped there to find some wood of the tree of life, and thus spread their fame abroad over the whole world. Their hope was frustrated. When they arrived at the spot, they found healing trees and wood of the tree of life. But when they were in the act of stretching forth their hands to gather what they desired, lightning darted out of the ever-turning sword, smote them to the ground, and they were all burnt. With them disappeared all knowledge of medicine, and it did not revive until the time of the first Artaxerxes, under the Macedonian sage Hippocrates, Dioscorides of Bala, Galen of Caftor, and the Hebrew Asaph. 75.